We're live.
Hello.
I'm gonna get right into it. It's Jorf time. I'm your man, Jorf.
I'm Mythical 9. This is Etoile, Princesse. Hopefully the timer has started, because you didn't give him much time to be ready for that one.
Don't worry, man. I got the timer.
Oh, perfect. All right. So immediately, something weird's happening. We jumped on a sign. We used it to get on top of these trees. We're skipping the entire level.
Uh-huh. It's really just the fastest way. A straight line, right? Right over the trees.
So this game is adorable. You can see your little character here is often running upwards. So she's just like a big bundle of hair. I love it.
She is the star princess, so we're shooting out stars. And she's also the star. She's the main star of the game. She's the star of my heart. Maybe she's not the star of your heart. You gotta pick your own princess.
Yeah, we'll see in a little bit. But first, we gotta fight this boss here. He's classic, like weak point in the middle, got two hands. Except he's trying to block your attacks.
He's moving me a little bit.
He needs to lower the one hand just a little bit, but didn't quite make it. Yeah, the HP bar is extremely squiggly. Kind of reminds me of a racetrack on it. This whole game reminds me of a racetrack. You'll see once we get going.
You'll see.
But
very
first,
soon.
we got a little pigtail girl was in the bubble, captured by the boss. I guess we don't actually know the story to this game.
No, it's Japanese. We're saving princesses.
But she's coming with us. She'll actually be a pretty big help in a little bit. But in this next level, there's some switches here that are, I guess they're opening some sluices, which lets some water through, and then the water, for some reason, is lowering these gates and letting us progress across these sort of drop ledges. So far, we're able to just kind of skip most of the enemies without too much pain. Eventually, it requires a little bit more effort to kind of get around them. But this stage is going to give us a tool to help us do that. It's a really important item for the speedrun, and honestly, probably for playing casually.
It is.
Though it's pretty easy to miss them.
Right up here, through the roof, in the chest. The boots. It's got little wings on it, so you know you're going fast.
Yeah. Look at this. It's a total game changer. And when you played this game for the first time,
I totally missed it. It's in the second level, and I was at walking speed for the rest of the game. Couldn't believe it.
It's so fast. It's strange. You've probably noticed Jorf is throwing in these kind of weird little hops. It's not because he's bored and he just endlessly wants to press the button to make something happen.
I do like pressing buttons, but...
but it is required to initiate a dash. That's a little max HP up, hiding in the roof. And now we're going to switch to our new friend here. Pigtail Girl has got a neat magic trick. Her magic attack is these tornadoes that all come out from inside her hitbox. And so if you're kind of overlapping on top of the boss, each one of these tornadoes hits him and deals a ton of damage. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get the two cycle there, so
close enough.
Had to track him down. But that fight was still pretty solid.
Here's another
princess.
And that's why this one doesn't come with us. I don't know why they don't always come with us, but sometimes they give us stuff.
I'm sure it's made clear in the dialogue that
I'm sure.
Can't read.
HP max, and we got a blue ring.
Blue ring increases defense which is, you might think, well, in the speedrun, I mean, you don't care about the defense, you want the attack, but it turns out not only is it hard to avoid taking damage from things in stages, but when you spend most of your time in boss fights inside their hitbox, it's not great.
Turns out to be pretty important, yeah.
So we had a little bit of a skip there, stepping on the sort of the edge of the level and jumping up to the second layer. But then after that, like, you're good to go. You're on the racetrack, just taking these corners as best you can.
There you go, race over.
Finish. Well, not quite. Instead of a checkered flag, it's a big snake. So we got to give it the tornadoes again. Defense ring doing a lot for us in this fight.
Got him.
And that's it. That's a pretty good fight. There's another princess. So chat, I need you guys to know. I need to know from you guys who your favorite princess is. We got big hair. We got pigtails. These are the top two, I think. These are the main stars, right? So we could just narrow it down to those two. But if anyone ever gets a new favorite as we go through the run, go ahead and let me know.
Yeah, you're allowed to switch.
So we're in the Dragon Inferno, I guess, is the name of the map, cutting the corners on these ramps. You kind of have to interrupt your dash in order to jump because of the way the dash works. You kind of need to jump into the dash. But it's worth it to save time on certain corners.
This rock's gotta
Show
go.
off the third. What is this thing? Is it like a big nose? Well, it's dead now. We got a big old dragon. Look how big this dragon is. But like, he's also like kind of cute.
Kinda.
He's also kind of dumb. We fall off on purpose. Oh, look at the damage boost, knocking you out of the desired position. Uh-oh. But when you fall off, the game puts you like right on the seam of the edge, and he can't quite see you down there. So he normally doesn't do anything, and you're free to just kind of take pot shots at him. Let's see if this is gonna hold up.
The backward shots got him, dude. Oh boy.
Able to clutch that one out, though. Nice job.
Another red hair. This game likes their red hair.
Yeah, there's a whole spectrum to work with. Like, I can't tell the difference, but I guess there's a scarf. But they're not coming with us. They're very much creating distance.
Helping, in quotation marks here. This stage, it's got my favorite song. Starts out a little spooky, but then it takes off. You'll hear it.
Until it does. You can see there were two stages we could have gone to, but it's kind of a false choice. You got to go to both, and there isn't any great advantage to doing one over the other first. It's also one of those levels where, in order to make progress, you need to like intentionally fall down a hole down to a previous level because it takes you somewhere you couldn't quite get to, which is, I find,
right here.
Pretty sneaky.
And you know the rule, always left.
That's right, the other switches explode and damage you if you try to step on them. There's also a ton of, I mean, in every level where there's like a ton of the level we're not seeing, and most of them are either dead ends or they have chests with items in them that we don't really need. This level, instead of items we don't really need, well, we definitely need this HP max, but there are actually a lot of mimics in this level, so really not worth your time.
That defense rain back on. Whoa, especially if I'm running through fire like that.
Got through that second one, jumping straight down the stairs. I understand when you're like fighting dragons and stuff, you're ready to take on a lot, but for some reason, just the idea of jumping down a set of stairs is still like, whoa, look out, that's dangerous. Maybe it's just because you're playing a tiny little girl. But this tiny little girl is up against a big angry red man.
He does something very special when he's at half health. See if you can notice it.
Whoa, whoa, look out. This stream, it's okay, it's censored. It's PG-13. Her height, she's like half height, so like her eye level is like... Alright, well she's dead now. You notice we did pick up an HP max here, we get another one here. These are important. You can see a lot of our boss strategy relies on making use of absolutely all of our health to do this tornado trick. And it really is important to pick up at least a few of these HP maxes. Here in Nomuria Cave, you can see it's very dark, but we've got a little spotlight here. This is because we brought the pink-haired girl with us. You don't even need to like have her quit out or anything. Like she just needs to be with you, and that's literally the only reason why we brought her. Just a glorified flashlight.
Yeah, just a lantern in our back pocket. Hit a switch there. It's gonna open. This wall was up right there. You see that a couple more times.
Jumping on some platforms. The platforming getting a little tricky in this level. There's some tight jumps here that are, you know, some of these are skips, you know, like you could have waited on that platform and rode it around, but who's got time for that? But eventually there's some jumps that like you kind of just have to do.
Running into all the enemies. Whoa, skip that guy though. Surprised myself there.
Here's another bit of a platform skip. Easy. I love that the doors that you lower are still like a tiny little barrier that you have to jump over.
Yeah, you could totally just trip on them or something.
Oh man, would you still speedrun this game if you could just trip over things while you're dashing?
I don't think so, man. We picked up another berry there. That's going to heal us to full because we already have one in our inventory. We can only have one, so we just launch it right away.
Yeah, it's kind of funny actually. You just kind of speed through these levels with zero regard, and then like just kind of subsist on these found berries, just foraging in the wild.
Rope room.
It's got some rope. We're gonna.
Well, not yet. It doesn't.
I was gonna say it's in the basement, but I don't think that's the right word for wherever this is.
Do caves have basements?
There it is.
Open the chest from the back, no problem.
Yeah, chat's already noticed this game is on the Sharp X68000.
That's right.
Which is a Japanese gaming computer.
Released in 1987 for the Japanese home market for a price of $3,000 US.
3,000 US.
90s money.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I remember someone was asking the last time you ran this for a marathon, they were like, so are you playing on console? And you were like, no.
No. Missed a big cycle here.
Yeah. That's a tricky room. Alright, don't forget the button. It opens this door right here.
Right here.
We're on to another boss. It's this spider with a bunch of little spiders on its back, and they're all wiggling. It's gross. So there's a
spot
sweet
right
spot
in front of him.
Here, all the tornadoes that come out of you are still hitting the spider, but you're actually not inside the hitbox, so you don't take a billion years of damage. Are these dungeons mazy? Boy, are they.
Definitely. These last couple especially.
That was a pretty good fight
Here's
with that spider.
Here's this guy. I know Myth wanted me to show him off. He loves feet.
Hold on, wait. That's not why I
wanted
want you
to see this, right?
I mean, it's hilarious. That's why I wanted them to see it. Can't just go putting strange words in people's mouths, all right? But yeah, that's his magic attack.
Yeah, everyone's got a different magic attack.
That's right.
And his is just a foot. I don't know why it's green.
I feel like that's one of many questions we all have now. But we've got no time to even think about answering any of them. We're moving on, swerving around.
Dodging these, I think they look like baseballs.
Yeah, they almost. The baseball, it's like one loop going around it, I think.
Yeah.
But this is like 2 circles. I guess it's maybe more like a cricket ball then?
Ooh.
I think that technically only has like 1 seam, but there's like little parts on either. And it certainly does not matter. We're in space now.
Just casually talking about cricket balls in space.
I like this part of the level here. We got this windy staircase, and there's just something really satisfying about
just
navigating the corners around it. What kind of sound would she make? Like if you were at the top level and you just hear this like getting louder as she comes up the stairs.
It's just echoing throughout the whole room.
But she also looks like so light and fluffy that maybe she wouldn't make a sound at all, just gliding along like the wind. I guess Death also is pretty good about gliding along like the wind. He's got a scythe, he throws it like a boomerang. Why is it...
You know, classic Death.
Every time. Every time Death throws the scythe like a boomerang. So my theory is that game developers are like, alright, it's Death, he's got to have a scythe. And then they're like, they kind of realize, like, wait, the scythe is a terrible weapon to attack with. The blade is on the wrong side. It's very unwieldy. But I guess it'd still hurt if you threw it at a guy.
Yeah.
But then he's got to, like, get it back, right? So then the boomerang comes... I see how it all fits together now.
Makes sense. Speaking about boomerangs, this guy's got a big staff. Also, not a great weapon, but it spins and shoots out like a boomerang, too, so...
I was going to say, it's also not a boomerang, but it is like a boomerang. So even though Death is defeated, Jorf will still die if he runs out of health, which seems unfair.
It really does. But you know me, I wouldn't die.
No. My internet certainly wouldn't die either. That was a bit of a scary moment before we got starting. So you gotta talk to the tree.
You gotta.
That makes the plant go away. I love these little long neck, small wing dino guys walking around.
Yeah, they're pretty
walking around because their little wings couldn't possibly lift their body into the air.
Couldn't possibly.
So the first tree was like perfectly healthy. This one, really not so much.
This one, not doing so hot either.
Getting progressively worse for these trees, but all of them are allowing progress through the stage here.
Gotta loop back around now. This level, especially, another big maze.
Enemy's really not playing nice here.
That's fine though. Health up right here. Gotta watch out for these trees. They drop bombs. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get to see it, unfortunately. But they do just throw out like cartoon black circular bombs. So I was asking you, like, hey, what's the deal with the Sharp 68,000? Like, did people like use it as a computer, or was it just games? And you said it didn't do well with anything that wasn't games because it couldn't draw lines very well, which meant like spreadsheets and stuff just didn't show up very well on it.
Yeah,
so.
It's really powerful at drawing sprites, though, so it's good for... It's got a lot of arcade ports that are pretty accurate.
So the big
this guy would just go away, it would be great. Whoa!
He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what's going on. And he never will, because he's dead. He does a lot of damage. Our jump inside the hitbox and tornado the boss strategy is kind of hitting its limits a little bit at this point in the run. All right, we got this sound. I think this is supposed to be wind? Howling?
Yeah?
I guess howling's not the right word. Whining? The whining of the wind? But that's okay. Hit the music. It's time for an auto-scroller. Look at this. Look at this effect. There's like 5 layers going on here, and
so
they tilt and swerve.
Music's good too. Everything about it is good.
Except for the fact that it's an auto-scroller.
Except that, yeah, you almost forget. But luckily,
and it's
over pretty fast.
Yeah, and there's no great strategy going on there either. There's no like lag reduction or power-up management or anything. So, but this guy, you bonk him on the head and knock him down, and then also your tornadoes keep going while you do your fall animation, so you can keep them placed directly in the boss's hitbox while you only take 1 hit.
Got him.
Yeah, he kind of falls right into our plans there. 4 cycle, really good. So we're up in the top right corner of the map, and you might be wondering, where do we go from here? Well, this scientist lady is gonna help us out. She's like, get in here.
Step right in.
And we're like, wait, what?
And the door closes.
It's dark in
and
here.
It gets all dark. You hear machinery going on. The whole mountain goes down. It must be really loud in there, man. Bang. Thanks, science.
We're fine. So again, 2 choices, but we've got to do both. So we're off to Lian Lake.
Wrote down the
First
names of the
objective
stages. I like it.
Yeah. I'm prepared. I'm a commentator. You're being chased by... You described this to me as a walnut in a bubble.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of anything better. It looks kind of like a Metroid, except it's brown instead of red. Alright, now that we're underground, we can go pick up the ferry, the jump ferry. She's on the right here. Oh, it's back.
There's all kinds of helpful items in this game that we don't get. But jumping higher, that's pretty good. We'll get that.
I can't believe you referred to this living creature as an item.
Hey, I said helpful at least.
She's just in a treasure chest, though, so I guess I can't blame you.
Yeah.
Well, Crash Cat noticed. Yeah, this is it takes place in Fail Land. When you first boot up the game, there's a message that says, "Welcome to Fail Land. Fail Land is country on continents floating in the sky. Etoile, Princesse. Please enjoy a modest adventure of Reluli and the people living in the world." And it's a picture of the main character, so I guess that's her name. Relul. It's
not an easy word to
in
say.
all capital letters. That's the kind of thing that makes a translator sweat. a triple RL situation.
Coming up on my favorite boss.
Yeah, this sprite is kind of incredible. Well, first off, we're going to do a similar thing as the octopus. We're going to be jumping out into the water and using the tornadoes. But look at this thing. Oh, it's got googly eyes. Oh, it's a squid. It's got a sword. Is that a bow? It's incredible. Look at him trying to block these shots.
She's doing her
Tornadoes
best.
are coming from inside the house. There's nothing you can do.
Best.
Yeah, this has not been great. In fact, this fight has gone on long enough that we might get to see phase 2.
Oh, definitely gonna see it.
Here it is. Gets angry, throws away the shield. Second sword.
Second sword.
Dual wielding squid. All right, we have no more healing items, so this health bar is the last of it. Oh, thank goodness. Death is very punishing in this game. It's like back to just like the start of the level, right?
Yeah. Anything you do in the level saves, but not all the levels have things to do, so it's pretty punishing.
Rare footage of a kid and a squid. All right, brown dude's out. Yeah. When we were going over this, and you were kind of walking me through, you said, Water Girl is good. And you left it at that, and I went, okay.
Yep.
I wrote it down in my notes. Is good.
And you repeated it. Commentary done.
Done. I'm done. Thank you. Good night. No, we're back here.
Here's Jump Fairy coming into play.
Oh, nice. First try.
Not a huge sequence break, but saving time. And we're going to do it again right here. This one, it's a little tougher. We got a corner to go around. Oh, I'm so good.
I'm here so that I can say it for you, so that you don't have to do that, but you just have no shame.
Alright, naturally we just got the sunglasses, so we're going to talk to the mirror now, and then we're going to go pick up the book and then talk to the mirror again.
Yep.
And that's going to take us over to Bizarro Land.
Got it. Video games, am I right?
Video games.
Yeah, the Bizarro Dimension. The Bizarro Dimension, where everything is the same, except one little piece of the wall.
One door is open. That wasn't open before. That's it. We're done. Let's get out of here, dude. Too spooky.
So we've sort of reached a place that we couldn't before. Coming up on a boss pretty soon, and our tornado strategy is not going to be able to carry us through this one. He's got kind of like a weird hitbox.
Yeah, you'll notice I'll open with some tornadoes, but it won't do as much damage as we're used to seeing.
This classic enchanted suit of armor. So instead, we're going to equip the red ring, which increases our attack damage, and then we're just going to hide back here. And there's not much he can do about it.
Red Rain only increases regular attack damage, though, not special attack.
Yeah, otherwise it'd probably be worth it.
Otherwise you'd see it all the time.
There's yellow hair.
The Lemon Princess.
That's what they call her.
She gives us some max HP. She gives us a little medallion, too. If you have that on, then it drains your MP slowly, but you're invincible.
Which sounds great, but it's not quite as useful as some of the other stuff. We need our MP to be dealing damage to bosses, so it doesn't really get any use.
Ooh, gotta put that defense back on.
Yeah, you can see, look at all the damage he took just from one hit there. Got another skip. equip the jump fairy to do a big jump.
Oh,
Nice.
and tell me how good I am on that one, man.
Yeah, that was really... I mean, these jumps are very tight. And the sprite is so big, but it can stand like really far out onto the edge, but it's kind of unclear
really
where the boundary is.
Floor is moving, and the spikes are moving. We're out of there, though.
I took a moment to just like try to think about where these platforms were in 3D space and couldn't do it.
Don't worry about it.
So you might have, like me, not noticed that that was something you could stand on, but absolutely required to progress here. And then we see the Dominatrix.
Dominatrix, sure.
She's not going to stick around. Instead, she's going to reveal her ultimate creation. It's you. It's a robot you. And then she opens her dumb square mouth and just missiles come out.
So we switch to
so we're seeing Water Girl here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her attack, home's on, which is pretty good when the enemy's just running around like a saw blade.
Yeah.
Just get some extra damage in on that phase.
Standing inside a saw blade, not a good idea. I think this is one of the first, like, kind of more, like, involved boss fights towards the end of the game here, where, like, there's, like, kind of multiple meaningful changes in the phases. You can already tell just by how long this fight has gone on. So the water homing projectile doesn't do a whole lot, but it's free damage basically, so you take it. The piercing projectiles of Water Girl also good for getting the last few hits here.
Yeah, they do high damage. Water Girl's good.
You weren't lying.
Here's
You know who else is good?
Here's Sword Guy. He's my favorite princess.
He's got a cape, so he's got that going for him. But he is pretty good. He's got some uses we'll be seeing, I think, immediately in the next level, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We're actually leaving Tornado Girl at home.
Not for long. Just sitting one out, taking a break.
Sword Guy's in. He's going to be our boss killer mostly. Water Girl's in because she has to be. There's a clam statue that yells at you in Japanese and doesn't let you pass if you don't have her, and we're not sure why.
Yeah, we were practicing this. I was like, what? Why can't I go anywhere?
So we got the, I guess it was the clown nose, and we put it on the clown stick. And that lets us get past. Jump Fairy giving us enough height to get up there. We get a second one. It's not a clown nose. I guess it's like Stimpy's nose from Ren and Stimpy. I think that was weirdly the same shape and color.
Pillars come up and try to block your path. But you can just
totally just jump over them.
It's not even enough of a maze to stop running through it.
Now, in my notes, I have in all capital letters "flashing warning," and I don't remember why.
It might be after we hit these levers. There's 3 of them.
These totally normal levers.
Totally normal.
They're like probably like opening a door or something, right?
Probably.
And behind that door is an entire river. Decimates the landscape, but you're fine.
Yeah.
There's a gold chest. Those have a lot of rare items or max HP up, but in order to open them, you gotta get the gold key, which is too far out of our way. I don't know why talking to those rocks made a bunch of water.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was like a pressure plate in front of them.
Sure. All right, we're at the boss. He's his strong gelatin form just makes regular projectiles just kind of like tink off of him. So you need something that isn't that, but also still ranged. So it turns out melee sword guy is our best ranged DPS with this laser here.
He's got it all, man. He's got the sword. He's got a big laser. He's got all the areas covered.
All the areas. He's very cute. Has a cape. Laterally tracking this laser to stay with the boss as the boss moves back and forth is a little trickier than you'd think. If you get hit on the side, your sprite will turn to sort of face what hit you, and now your beam is going off to the side. It's not dealing any damage to the boss.
Yeah, once your beam's going, you can't change the direction of it.
So that was a really good fight.
That's good.
Oh, we're heading to the floating island. That's how you know you're almost done with the game. So Tornado Girl is back in. She's not super great for this boss, but she's kind of the best we have. Right at the start, you might have saw...
Boss isn't floating a million miles away, so we're back to tornadoes.
Yeah. We had to speed through those doors. They will close and lock you in. When you don't have the boots, because you skip them, you could also use one of the character's time stop abilities to kind of get
guy.
through.
His special ability stops time.
Enemies need to be defeated to progress, which, as you've noticed, is pretty rare in this game. But Sword Guy's one of the best options for taking them out without burning through any of your magic. You get the crystal, you put it in the pedestal, sunbeam hits it, magic happens, video games, and a door opens. Ooh, almost got blocked on the ledge by the little spider.
Ugh.
I don't understand how you're like supposed to go through the arrow shooter hallway without taking damage. Getting banged up a lot by these little orbises hitting the switches.
That was not ideal.
Second crystal, second hole. Rotating platforms are... There's just something about having to stand on a platform over a pit and then it rotates that is just such a jerk move in video games. So here's this classic puzzle, guiding the sunbeam wherever it needs to go by changing these little deflector guys. There's 3 kind of destinations here, these mirrors at the top. Each one opens a different door. We hit one to get a MacGuffin, we hit the other to progress. The third one as like an item we don't need. Jump's getting a little tricky.
Especially with the floating eyeballs who could just be in your way at any moment.
So the first half of this stage didn't go so great, but the second half has been pretty much perfect. More crystals. And more pedestals.
And a big old dinner plate.
That's right. So we're going to be using the crystals a little differently. Instead, we're going up to this puzzle here. And then the crystal is like it's a splitter. Chill dungeon music. Every music track in this game, and every track in every game on the entire console, it turns out, is just an absolute banger. Here's this boss fight. We're hoping he doesn't teleport at the wrong time. He's gonna teleport. He's gonna do it a lot, but he waits for your tornado magic to finish completely before teleporting back in. So if you use it at a bad time, you can end up wasting your magic and a lot of time. It's kind of frantic trying to manage recharging your MP with the little mint leaf, as well as equipping your berry so that you don't die when you run out of health. And look how slow this HP bar depletes when you're not doing this crazy tornado strat. But we got him. It's a hectic, messy fight, but it always is. Alright, so we're on to the final level here. At the start, real quick, what's going on? Like, what is this on the front lawn here? Like, it's just like, it's like a stop sign or something. One of those Maneki Neko statues.
Hey, he's Emperor X, man. You can put whatever he wants in his front lawn.
So these walls, you're meant to kind of find a way up and then jump around on top of them to get over to these two nose plugs, I guess they are, that go in there. Air hockey, look out.
Oh, easy air hockey. And then Pac-Man, dude, this arcade's got all the hits.
This Pac-Man is not how I remember it. But Jump Fairy lets us get up on top of the wall, so you can just jump straight up to those little things. Unfortunately, in this area, the walls are just a little bit higher, so we are going to have to do them kind of as intended.
Ugh.
Yeah, and you can't fall.
So the lanterns will give us a leg up, though.
Look at that little hedgehog. He's on the edge of the screen. Oh, there's another one. He's adorable. He's maybe, I mean, in a game filled with great sprites, he's one of my favorites. Just getting over this spider to get this mint. He doesn't even know you were there.
Oh, knocked him off.
So I said front lawn. This really is just like someone's house, basically. We're up in the rafters now. Kind of looked like a mistake, but there's a couple of another sneaky intentional falls here.
Final hallway. Ding, ding, ding. It's dinner time.
Good thing we got our dinner plate.
We're ready.
The final boss. Just hanging out in her bedroom. It's
With
the
their
dominatrix.
Love hotel bed on the side there.
Yeah.
Watch these arms. Oh.
Yeah, I think the rest of the sprite looks really good, and then like, I guess the artist like found out at the last second that like, oh wait, there's like a custom animation at the end. Like, I'm going to lunch, and then just like scribbled some straight lines over top of everything. Here's the final boss. You fight him from on top of the Love Hotel bed. It's a big dragon in space. It's a classic space god situation. Fighting god in space. God.
Every good game ends with space god.
Every good game. So what's going on here is the three heads kind of all take damage. They all kind of have their own health bars. So also the boss is very far away, so Tornado's not going to help us. We need the lasers. And again, if you get hit from the side while using the laser is going to turn. It's not going to be facing forwards and dealing damage. Just like that. Also, you want to kind of get as much damage as you can on the side of the heads, because you can't always hit them, as you can see right here. Alright, attack ring. Gonna give us the damage we need to move on to the final phase, I think.
Off the side.
It just gets a lot more manageable, though, once some of those heads are gone. Some of the attack stuff.
Not quite done.
Little bit of health bar left. Gotta go after the brain, I guess?
Hard?
Just a little hunk of meat.
Yeah.
It's dead.
That's time.
GG.
Etoile Princess.
Sword guy shows up. and they have a little moment where they chest bump. And that's Etoile Princess. I think the credits are incredible.
They're great. They're all synced to the music and everything. We gotta watch at least a little bit.
Yeah, how far ahead of schedule are we? I want to say we're at least a little bit. So if an organizer would like us to move on to the next game, go ahead and ding me on Discord. What was your time, by the way? I can't see it.
It's almost 44 flat. So I was a little overestimated.
You said a really aggressive estimate, though.
I did. I always do.
Well, it was right on the money, so good job. It's seeing like the fine line work on some of these sprites is when it kind of sinks in that like, oh yeah, this isn't like a Super Nintendo or whatever. This is something with a little more oomph.
Okay.
She's rich.
Bum, 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 bum. There's Tornado Girl. So everyone, favorite princess?
I really like the big hair on the main character. When she's always running to the top of the screen, and when you just see like 95% hair on her sprite, it's adorable. Oh no.
Oh no.
Actually, maybe she's my favorite princess.
Yeah?
The
She's
badass,
in a bad spot.
like, oh yeah, she's not. It's not going well, and it's about to get worse.
The end. All right. Man, I wonder what's coming up next.
All right. Oh yeah, let me check the schedule.
Yeah?
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Up next, it's going to be a game, Quails. I've never heard of this game. It's run by Jorf.
What? Oh yeah, I've heard of that guy.
All right, so stay tuned, everyone. Coming up next, it's us. Got you. That's the bit. We're playing more Sharp 68,000 games. We got 3 more for you. I've lost the video feed on my end, so I guess the emulator. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. It turns out when you're emulating an entire computer, it's not so easy as just popping out the cartridge and putting in a new one. Now.